So I would like to ask everyone to make sincere dua for everyone serve this community from day one up to now, and for the future also as well. And we remember at this moment, some brothers, they worked so hard, but they are not with us anymore. They are in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them, bless their graves, inshallah. With that, I ask Brother Arshad to start the presentation, inshallah. Jazakum Allah khair.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallahu khair for joining us for the general body meeting of 2024. So we've already went through some of our agenda items. Alhamdulillah, Sheikh Imam Majid did the Quran recitation. We had a brief intro by Dr. Asif. But the crux of this meeting, the main purpose of this meeting will be for all of our committees that we have to provide an update to the community. And then inshallah, once we've given those updates, we'll try to be brief because we don't want to take up the entire night. And then inshallah, we'll open it up to Q&A, and then we'll have a closing dua, inshallah. So just some quick high-level accomplishments. We'll obviously go into detail on some of these. We obviously had this past year Dr. Yusuf's, Imam Zia Kavashki's reception. Yeah, so let me just quickly go through the bullet points, and then inshallah we'll go into detail. So the IANT work project, Brother Alameen will also go over that real quick. The bylaws update. We had obviously many renovation projects in the masjid that we had last year and this year. So here are some renovations that we completed. Alhamdulillah, Rotunda, we revamped it with the medallion. We had the mihrab revamp. Now it's a lighter color, so it's nicely be able to be seen in the live stream. We had the upstairs restroom renovation. We'll go into detail with that as well, inshallah. We have Imam Majid's Quran Institute. We have the Sunday school programs. Alhamdulillah, our masjid is still being designated as a voting center, as you can see in the back. We have the Arabic program that we just recently launched. Alhamdulillah, we had a great response. They do it every Monday, Wednesday with the Alim Arabic program. We had the successful adhan competition, so now we have different flavor of adhans now that you hear on a weekly basis. Also, khatiras given by our students under the leadership of Sheikh Majid. And lastly, just the joint venture that we have with ICNA. The young Muslims kind of being able to really drive a lot of the youth programs in the masjid. And then we have the second year of our Amal program with, mashallah, many students enrolled. So I'll hand it over to Brother Alameen, inshallah, to go over a couple of community updates, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're done, Brother Arshad. Let's go home. Bismillah. So the first is really spiritual, right? When Dr. Yusuf left our community 13 years ago, a lot of us had very, very heavy heart. A lot of us. A lot of us had questions. We were sad, with mixed feelings. But, we just didn't know what happened. So we made it a point, the board, the OC, that next time Dr. Yusuf comes to America, he will inshallah visit INT. And Allah accepted our prayers and du'as. Yes, he came with the invitation of ISNA, and he was recognized as a great scholar and all of his accolades. But alhamdulillah, we were able to bring him here, and many of you participated, and it was a great event. Jazakallah khair for your support. Left very good memories and impression in his mind. He kept saying when he was here, INT is much developed. It's very developed. It's well developed, alhamdulillah. So that gives some sort of validation to your work, to your contribution, alhamdulillah. And I'm still in touch with him, and many of you are also in touch with him, and he has nothing but good memories and du'as for us. Alhamdulillah, summa alhamdulillah. Okay, we'll go on to the next slide, please. And by the way, you can always communicate with us. You can always dialogue with us. Although this is a presentation, I wish it was a conversation. And at the end, you'll have time for Q&A. But if you would, on your phone, if you're not connected to INT, please text at INT Masjid to the number 81010, right? So if you're not connected, if you're not a member, please at least get connected to the INT community. Text at INT Masjid to 81010. And you can, of course, send any questions, concerns, or even compliments to bod@int.com. All right, Waqf project. We've been talking about this for a long time. We've had some savings and money, but we're really very serious this time. I mean, we're going to show something, inshallah, with your du'as and your support. And we came very close. In the last 6 months, 8 months, Brother Asif Mahmoud, Brother Shayan Ghaziani, our attorney, Brother Khalid Hamida, they worked very hard on a project. And we'll talk about that in the next slide. Do you know why we couldn't close the deal? Any ideas? What? As Dr. Yusuf would say, nuqud, money. So it's a catch-22 situation, right? If we don't have a project in hand, you're going to say, why are you raising the money? What's your project? But on the flip side, if we don't have the money, we can't close a project. So let's do it smart. Have faith in first Allah and these wonderful brothers and Sister Susie that they're committed to growing INT, growing our infrastructure. So we'll talk about it, but we'll also have a fundraising on mid-February. So please support, please participate. And we're getting a very specialized fundraising team that will be committed and connected the whole year, inshallah. So some of the projects that we looked at, and I can't read the screen, sorry, I'm going to come over here for a minute, is to rebid on 1101 Arapaho. This was a 100,000 square foot building, brothers and sisters. Amazing building. Amazing building. It's just on the corner of Arapaho and Glenville, right? And right there it is. I put INT seal on there. I took a bold step. If you can't visualize it, you can never have it, right? So I'm being bold here. Bismillah, make dua. And again, Brother Asif worked tirelessly. Brother Shayan Ghaziani worked tirelessly. But for whatever reason, money is one of the big ones. We couldn't close on the building. But we haven't given up. We're going to collect some funds. We'll get some qarda hasana. And inshallah, we'll go back. It's not a dead deal, but it's not a closed deal yet. So this is one of the projects that we're targeting. Second one, you already know about this, and this is not mutually exclusive. If we have the funds, we can do all of them. With city approval for a 30,000 square foot building just on the east side, on the parking lot. We have city approval for a 10,000 square feet building on the south side of INT. We have city approval, not in writing, in plans, for a parking lot on the corner of on Spring Valley and Abrams, right, which we badly need in Ramadan and in Jummah. So we have plenty of projects, brothers and sisters. We're not short of projects, but we don't have the money. And therefore, please support us when the time comes and contribute generously to the Waqf projects that we've identified here. And they're all legit, solid projects that INT and you will benefit from, inshallah. Next slide. I think that's somebody else. Okay. Jazakallah khair. Again, if you're not a member, become a member and support INT.
Assalamu alaikum again. So just to follow up with Brother Muhammad Amin just said, I would like to mention one of the brothers. He's not a board member, but he helped in the beginning of the approaching the opportunity. Brother Javed Kareem, may Allah bless him, and he's helping us also, inshallah, in the future. So with that building, we were approached that building about $6 million. I just want to go in not deep details. I just want to give you an idea about that building. So The idea, as you know, our community is growing. Today, the brother from Tyler, Sheikh Husham, he came, led the Fajr and led the Isha, and he was amazed. He said, this is the Fajr time, there is no place. Alhamdulillah. And we will lie, it's amazing to see our community growing. So now, we have a couple issues. One, we need to expand the masjid to accommodate more brothers and sisters, especially the sister area. Second, we have to accommodate IQA. IQA, as you know, this is your own project and products. So far, we are extremely hitting the top accommodation for the students, which is 335 students, okay? And the waiting list, subhanallah, over 100 students. They are in the waiting list. And those brothers and sisters, they move from different states to accommodate their children here. So the future now is not only the masajid, the future for our youth. With all the challenges we have in the world, we have to focus on the schools. So for that reason, as Brother Muhammad mentioned, we have to either buy in another building, which is, we approach that building. It was 100,000 square feet, bringing a revenue for $150,000 a year, $250,000 profit. But subhanAllah, as he mentioned, we don't have the we don't have enough money to purchase that building. So for that reason, and not only that reason, there's other reasons that's, from the owners, we couldn't close the deal. So subhanAllah, we're supposed to close the deal last month, or maybe like 3 weeks ago. But alhamdulillah, that's Allah's will. So now, the ball in our court. We have to be ready for the second project. The other opportunity will arise. Either we buy in a building, or we have to build in our own yard, okay? Or we need to expand the masjid in the back area, just in the red brick area. So we have to collect some funds. And also, before I sitting down, I wanted to bring something very important also. Maybe many of you has a questions about, we have about 11 lots. We purchased those many, many years ago. They are in our area here in the Masjid parking lot, the corner of Spring Valley and Greenville, and some of them on north of Spring Valley, okay? So back then, they had a vision of Islamic village. They purchased all those lands, but for some reason, they couldn't get it done. Those lots, alhamdulillah, the value of the land, the lots is going up. So we're not losing money. Wherever you invest 14 years ago, 20 years ago, still the value is there. We're not losing money. We're making money. But on the flip side, we are paying taxes. That's number one. We're paying taxes on them. Second, that area is residential, single home houses. So the city of Richardson, they're not going to allow us to build like townhomes or doing anything other than building only houses. So I'm just sharing that with you because in the future, in the near future, we might need to let some of those lots go. We have to sell them to the community. We can have new neighborhood from Muslim community, inshallah. And also we can utilize that money for something else, either purchase another building or expanding the masjid. So that will be a decision. Alhamdulillah, our board, the 21 brothers, they already discussed that in the board meetings. They already agreed to that, but I'm just sharing that with you. So that's something will come in the near future, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khair. Okay, inshallah. We'll go into community services now. So Brother Asif, our treasurer, inshallah, will cover that. Okay, then I'll cover it actually. So this is obviously, these are things that you're seeing on an everyday basis, alhamdulillah, at the masjid. We have the membership system upgraded. So now membership gives you a lot of benefits. So just like Brother Alameen was mentioning, please, if you're not a member, please join today. Become a member. It's only $25 a year, and you get way more value than what you put in. And then we've had obviously a lot of open mosque events, a lot of interfaith events with non-Muslims around our neighborhood. We've had city council come. We've done collaboration with other outreach organizations. Obviously, we continue to have many, many community events. We just had the Fall Bazaar just recently. We have the monthly community breakfast that wonderfully is run by Sister Susie and her group of volunteers, Sisters Committee, every month, the first Sunday of every month. Obviously, Ramadan is coming around the corner, subhanAllah, so we'll have our regular Ramadan iftar program. And inshallah, we'll have our INT Umrah trip, inshallah, in November of 2024. And as Brother Abbas mentioned, right, like other communities are noticing too, other imams from other masajids, that our salah attendance is, mashallah, one of the top. Like, mashallah, we get a lot of brothers and sisters coming and joining us for salah. So we've had a significant increase in just everyday attendance in our masajids, in our masjid. So I'm not going to go into every single one of them, but we'll go into the next slide, inshallah. So now, Brother Asif, our Brother Alam, Brother Yamin? Okay, we'll have him for
Assalamu alaikum.
inshallah.
I'm Muhammad Hamid. I manage the Zakah and Sadaqah funds. MashaAllah, we have a good amount of money that comes to our masjid, and we're able to distribute that. And it's a rigorous work. I'm here for doing this for 10 years, and it's dramatically increased, significantly increased amount of money, and also the recipients are also increased, because in our neighborhood there are many refugee people are coming in and they need help. And so it's growing. It's always growing, and plus the economic conditions are getting bad and people need help in a continuous fashion. So we do help those things, and that money that you see goes up to $500,000 a year. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, it's a good amount. But this includes zakah and institutional sadaqah that we give. There are some each time we give money to the poor people, additional money for the single mothers, plus other sadaqah related expenses that we incur. So mashallah, we doing pretty good, and we are also a lot of families are getting benefited from that.
Jazakallahu khair. This was the restroom renovation that I had spoken earlier about. So this is upstairs. We have boys' restroom and girls' restroom. Alhamdulillah, we doubled our capacity, and we used basically the same space, but we just reconfigured it. So this is just some pictures. I know a lot of people don't really see what's going on in the upstairs, but here's some information about the restroom renovation we did just recently. Okay, we'll have Brother Asif, inshallah, do the financial update now.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asif Mahmoud. So last year, we promised that we were embarking for the first time on an audit, both internal and external, as far as INT finances are concerned, both INT and IQA. So alhamdulillah, a little before the middle of the year, we completed an internal audit for the last 5 years, from 2019 to current, and then similarly an external audit, and we have our certified books for the last 3 years. So that's an accomplishment. Hasn't happened in INT for a long, long time. Alhamdulillah, that's a promise delivered. Then you see on the left side our finances in very summarized form for the last 3 years. As you see, for current fiscal year, we are not running a huge surplus. And again, we would like to explain why that is. This year, we have not run a project-based campaign we typically do. So for example, 23, we did the tile project, there was an audio video upgrade project, and then we were still continuing to collect on the bathroom renovation upstairs. Those projects were collected, but there were no expense on that. So the income was recorded in 23, but no expenditure came in. That money was expensed this year. So unfortunately, this year shows the bigger deficit on that side. Similarly, in 2022, we did carpet and gym renovations. Similarly, we were also collecting on the upstairs bathroom renovation. So that money was coming in, and we did spend this year again on that. Additionally, we continue, as all of us are feeling in our daily lives, um, the inflation all around us. So similarly, we're facing the exact same situation. That's a bigger expense. To highlight that, insurance, property insurance has skyrocketed, almost doubled for us. So we spent an additional $45,000 this year compared to last year. Similarly, our payroll is up, and what else? And of course, we spend on the capital projects that we're talking about this year. So hence, we do not carry a big of a surplus this year, but with your dua, inshallah, there's still 2 months to go. Please donate generously. We can make up the difference, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. So just a quick update on the outreach. So briefly mentioned that we have quite a bit of events, open houses at our masjid. So here are some highlights that we did this past year. And alhamdulillah, we even had 5 shahadas witnessed in our open house back in May, alhamdulillah. And we've done collaboration with Al Ansar Society, hosted 80 reverts at the Stories by Reverts event. And we've had universities come over as well and had events with them to be able to see our masjid and our services that we provide. Here's just some pictures that we've provided here. Now, the next thing I wanted to cover was the religious services. So we have a team that assists our imams, Imam Majid and Dr. Asif. So these are some of the services that you're well aware of. Thursdays, we have Fiqh Family, alhamdulillah, for the whole community by Dr. Asif Hirani. We've had our Quran class on Sundays. Monday to Thursday, we had the evening Quran program. We've done the Khatira workshop just recently has started, so you're already seeing the fruits of it by seeing the students giving Khatiras every now and then in the week. Alhamdulillah, we continue to have a diverse range of khatibs on our Friday khutbah schedule with our Dr. Asif Hirani giving khutbahs regularly 1 or 2 times in a month. And then we have our slate of regular classes that you see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Friday, we're still working on making it better. We've definitely had a couple of months where we didn't have a whole lot of guest speakers for our Family Night Halaqah series, but inshallah, we want to revamp that and hopefully, inshallah, bring a lot of amazing guest speakers from not just around our metroplex, but also regionally and internationally, inshallah. All right, and some future plans that we have. We inshallah hope to continue having classes and workshops for the youth, Khatib workshop, our matrimonial services, that's into the works. So coming soon, we'll inshallah definitely have updates for you very soon, early next year inshallah on that. And we want to continue just improving, growing our Quran programs that we have. The Quran Institute that recently has started as well with Imam Majid. And then obviously Ramadan around the corner, subhanAllah, only roughly 4 months away. All right, I think I can cover this as well. So just we've been, alhamdulillah, having a great partnership with YM, with ICNA. So they drive a lot of the programs. Alhamdulillah, we've been having that Wednesday night khatira with Brother Elati and Ice Cream Social. We've had Qiyam nights for the youth. And alhamdulillah, we just recently had a basketball adab tournament, and we had an NBA star come over and visited IANT from the Boston Celtics. And we'll inshallah have another robotics competition upcoming year as well. For the Sisters Committee, alhamdulillah, Sister Susie and her group of volunteers and her team do an amazing job. Too many things to list. We have monthly Sisters program. We have coffee and tea periodically served to the community. We have a lot of events. Just follow our Instagram, follow our be involved in our INT community WhatsApp chat to be able to know what's in the know, what's happening for the sisters. And alhamdulillah, they are a big part of our monthly breakfast arrangements as well. And they lead a lot of our youth programs, the Qiyam nights for little kids. Mommy and Me is another program for moms and their little kids. And now I'll hand it over to, I think, Brother Umair. Inshallah, he'll be giving a quick update on the Media and Tech Committee.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So, alhamdulillah, I'm part of the Media and Tech Committee. I'm one of the leads. One of the kind of the biggest projects that we've been working on this past year or year and a half has been the Media Revamp Project. So as you can see, alhamdulillah, we're able to get the projectors installed. Some sound issues that we're having previously have been fixed now. Upgrades to the sound system overall. Alhamdulillah, that just completed recently. The next kind of step for that within our media or tech team goals is to hire a part-time media coordinator that can handle kind of all of our live streaming, recordings for classes, because right now we have volunteers and myself, whenever we have time, coming and helping out with that. But we really need somebody that can be pretty much full-time, that is handling that aspect of things, just to make sure we're on top of it. As you can see, we're continuing the weekly newsletter, Juma text alerts, as well as Janazah notifications. If you're not set up or you want assistance to get set up on that, you can meet with me afterwards, and inshallah I can help you get on that. We also have, recently we added the IANT community WhatsApp group, so we also are sending notifications and communications on that as well, and other community activities people can post, and it's moderated by our team as well. Then lastly, Juma khutbahs, khataras, which we record, and our plan also is to work on those to make it smaller snippets that we share on social media. We've seen previously, alhamdulillah, with some of Dr. Asif's khutbahs, that have actually worked quite a bit in reaching like a larger audience locally and nationally. So inshallah, we're going to continue to work on that. We upgraded our donation wall kiosk systems. As you can see, now they're on Square. Previously, we were using an iPad with Square, but Square launched a new upgrade to that. So alhamdulillah, that's working out. Previously, a lot of people would get locked out or won't be able to access it or make donations. But alhamdulillah, since we switched, we have a pretty good success rate on that in terms of transactions. Lastly, once again, for the future plans, part of the first revamp project, like for example, the conference room wasn't in that. We wanted to keep it later on as it wasn't a priority. But we notice when we have visiting scholars or visiting schools and the board meets in there, we sometimes and always have difficulty with the AV side of things. So we want to kind of upgrade that. We looked into like Cisco and a few other systems for conference rooms. So that's part of the project, as well as adding TV monitors to the back room here for the kids' room, as well as an overflow for Juma. So if the curtains are closed, if the sisters are in there, or if we have somebody else in there, they can still access, be able to view the main prayer hall as well as the khatib when he's on the mihrab. And then that next slide, it is kind of some pictures of the systems and what we upgraded to. But that's about it.
Jazakallah khair. Next, we'll have Brother Asif again, or Brother Asif or Brother Yamin, IQA update.
Assalamu alaikum again. So, a couple of details on our summary of what's been happening at IQA. Most importantly, myself and Brother Hamid took over from Brother Jamal and Brother Yamin earlier this year. Alhamdulillah, we were trying to finish off what they started. So IQA now has a complete controlled badge access system. So during school hours, it is an absolute secure building, it's especially access to upstairs. It's only card key access. Each and every staff member has that. All the doors are locked at all times. So that's a very secure facility with a second security officer during the school hours here. Of course, we already talked about the upstairs bathroom. The main purpose of that renovation was to assist and help boys and girls in those bathrooms. We were able to double our space in there, simply reconfiguring, keeping in mind the boys' bathroom only had 3 stalls in the same space. Now it has 6. The girls' area only had 4, and now it has 8 total. So alhamdulillah, that project worked out pretty well. Jazakallah to, again, Brother Jamal, who led the project for us, and then Brother Munir from our community member, who actually is a contractor and did the job in time for us during the summer break. Now, moving on to the academics of IQA, our HIFZ program and the Arabic program went through lots of improvements over the summer. And we have multiple initiatives going on. There were a few that were started about a year ago, starting to see a lot of fruits in that. And then similarly, Arabic program, same way, lots of new innovations, a lot more data-driven strategy in terms of education and teachers training. One of the results we're seeing, for example, on the academic side, our dual credit program continues to be very strong, and the PSAT score test that the 9th graders take, alhamdulillah, they're scoring so well that most of them now are exempt from taking it in the 10th grade, the TSI, to qualify for dual credits. So that's a good achievement. But continuing, most of our teachers are now certified teachers at IQA, and not only the teachers, the admin, they hold the Texas teaching certificates. For the first time this year, we fully utilized Region 10 funds allocated to IQA for teachers' professional development. That's again an entitlement that we had available for us, but we never utilized it to its fullest. Alhamdulillah, not only we did utilize, but now at this time we are working with Region 10 for them to accommodate us in the next year and make some plans, some educational student plans for particularly geared towards our teachers. So that's in the works also. And then last of all, during the summer, we revised our student and staff handbooks. Brother Abdulaziz was a key part from the human resource in working that out. Brother Hamid from IQAMC, they worked on this project with the principal. Alhamdulillah, delivered on it. Jazakallah.
Jazakumullah khairan. So I'll quickly go through the next couple of committees real quick because I know it's getting on the top of the hour. We want to have enough time for a Q&A. Some accomplishments from HR perspective, alhamdulillah, they completed and developed an INT fundraising policy. They developed an INT emergency manual, among other things. They've arranged and executed CPR training for all office staff. They have these goals for 2025 on trying to get an INT youth coordinator, inshallah, explore any INT barista option for additional revenue generation, so like a coffee shop. Inshallah, senior citizen transportation assistance to and from INT. These are just some of the highlights and some of the future goals that we have from an HR perspective.
Bismillah. We just passed over the sisters slide, and I felt bad about that. Can you have a big takbir for the sisters? Takbir! 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 I don't know if you're following the lectures or the talks by both the presidential candidates. For whatever reason, today, one of the presidential candidates says about a very important subject, that's not up to the government to decide. Talk to your priest, talk to your rabbi, talk to your minister, and then she said, talk to your imam. So alhamdulillah, the Muslims are on the geopolitical map in the United States. Right? And the strength starts right here in the masjid. So let's get involved, brothers and sisters.
Okay, real quick, inshallah, social services and counseling, alhamdulillah, we continue to provide social services to our community, to families. We have professional oversight. Dr. Mona has been involved very heavily with this program. And alhamdulillah, we've helped many community members and people regardless of their background. And here are some quick highlights. We've had refugee events, health fairs, blood drives, and flu shot drive and mammogram services. That's a perfect segue to the health clinic service. So as you know, we've been having a clinic, alhamdulillah, for many years, free to the public. And alhamdulillah, to date, we've had 517 patients seen already this year. I'll quickly go over the security committee as well. Community members have provided security services during all major events at INT. You can see every Jum'ah, you can see during the month of Ramadan especially, we have an uptick of a lot of activity in the masjid. So we want to make sure that we have enough proper security to safeguard all of the praying attendees that come. We've had increased security presence by hiring extra officer during school times to also enhance our IQA school security measures. And we have future plans, inshallah, to enhance the security of the masjid more further by replacing both the external and internal doors around the masjid. And unfortunately, INTU was not awarded the FEMA grant, but we will, inshallah, reapply the next time and hopefully be able to get it so we can bolster our security, inshallah, with that grant. I'll go ahead and pass it over to Brother Jamal for the building committee update.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm not going to take much time. Inshallah, you can read what's above, and then I'll leave more time for you all for the Q&A session. We have applied for a replatting for the southeast corner of Greenville Avenue in Spring Valley, which is on our block here. That should be able to save us some money on the property taxes. That would be included part of our site here. And then we are working with the city, which we have good relationship, alhamdulillah, that we all paved through, to replat and change the zoning. This is in early stage planning now, where we have the gravel parking lot on across the street from here. You all know that parking lot that we have a temporary parking lot use there. So we're hoping that the city, because it's across from our property, we're hoping that the city will grant us that and use it as a permanent parking lot with some nice landscaping that improve the neighborhood there. There's a lot of improvements. The third item that we will be working on very seriously immediately, which is replacing the existing sign. We already have proposals for that with a new LED sign. This is the sign on this side of our building. I think it will give a nice exposure to our property. And the playground, we've been working on that. We're getting some bids. Also the equipment, the landscaping, our entire site needs to be representing us, very well. So we need to improve the entire landscape around the masjid, inshallah. Exterior paint on the new building. The tilt-up panels are, old now. They're more like 23 years old. They need to be caulked, sealed, and painted, to look much better. And the parking lot, we have some joints in the concrete and some areas that's high and low. We're just going to do that all together to save money. And all that, are in progress, and we're taking bids, and we welcome ideas and thoughts from all of you. If we're missing something, we want you to come forward and help us with that. I know many of you have participated, Brother Javeed, Brother Waleed, many of you. We welcome the ideas, and we welcome anybody to help us. Inshallah, jazakumullah khair.
Okay, inshallah. This last slide, inshallah, and then we'll go ahead and start with the Q&A. So our short-term needs, it's really just two big ones. We obviously, inshallah, will be looking for a technology IT specialist to hire, to continue to vamp up our, inshallah, technology offerings and to improve them. And then the one big ask is really we need more volunteer engagement. We need more volunteers If you're seeing something that it's not to your liking, please come volunteer, give your ideas, be involved. We really, really want to have the community engaged and empowered to help us. We can't do this alone. And all the board members that you see here are also volunteers. And we all have lives. We have families, work. So we're trying our best. We really need everyone's help, and we really want everyone to be involved. If there's any committee that's of interest to you, please reach out. Reach out to bod@int.com and get involved, inshallah. With that, we'll go ahead and start Q&A, inshallah.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that also, as a board, we are working, inshallah, very soon to change the bylaws. So that's bylaws amendment. As you know, the existing bylaws, we have it since 2014, 2013, I believe. That's been changed that time. So, and the existing bylaws serve the purpose since 2014. But when we look at the future, as of what we've been practicing for the last 6 years, this is the time we need to change the bylaws, inshallah. And we have a committee. They're working on that, inshallah. And then we're going to present it to the general body, inshallah. And also for the election, I just want to give you an update, subhanallah, this year. So far, as of today, we have, how many people you think they came to the masjid? 4,000 people, they came to this masjid. 4,000. So I know we have some challenges. They asking questions here and there, but alhamdulillah, it's a kind of da'wah. Just imagine, 4,000 people, I would say at least 3,500, they never came to this masjid. By coming inside the masjid, they go using the restroom, they asking for water, they start looking for the frames, what this, what that, subhanallah. So it's a da'wah. Inshallah, let's work together for inshallah and give it back to the community. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, with that, inshallah, we'll open it up for any questions.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I really hope and pray nobody take my criticism or my comment personal. We know the entire world been watching live stream for the last 13 months the horrific extermination, genocide, collective punishment, starvation to our brothers and sisters in Palestine. We all know being silent is complicit. For the last 13 months, we listened to about over 50 khutbah Jum'ah. And from my observation, I didn't see that much. If our community, I don't want to talk about the rest of the world, because we're not really engaged or connected with our brothers and sisters and sharing their pain and suffer. My question is, I hope we all recognize we have a problem, being disconnected. And that's not our deen, not our aqidah. They are part of us and we are part of them. And this is a test. We either fail the test or we pass the test. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يقول يميز الخبيث من الطيب. So I would like, my question would be, what steps are we willing to take to move forward from now on to be connected through this our masjid, raising awareness, make our congregation aware of what's going on, get them motivated, involved. That's the question I have. I hope I can get clear answer. Or are we gonna stay, or we wanna be in that position, failing the test, being silent, being complicit. جزاكم الله خير.
Okay. Jazakallah khair, Brother Walid. As we always make dua for our brothers and sisters in Gaza. Not only Gaza, in Sudan, Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, all of them. But particularly for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. As you know, we are 501c, a non-profit organizations. Okay, and this is a masjid. There is not that much we can do. If you think like we are closing the doors every day, we're going out and participating, I don't think that's the right message. The best we can do, and we've been doing, we sponsored many buses from this masjid. Personally, and Brother Asif, we authorized it. At the last minute, even we did not get the approval from the board. We paid for the buses to take our Jama'ah from here to Austin. We, unfortunately, Brother Shayan, he got stuck in Austin. He's supposed to be here and share with you. We saved our own students in our backyard at UTD. When they get kicked out, they took them to prison. We, the only masjid in the entire DFW, we're not bragging, but this is a fact. The only masjid stood up, invite City of Richardson Mayor, the police department in Frisco, the police department in Richardson, UTD management, the vice president of UTD, we brought them here in our masjid. And we made sure those students, they're gonna graduate. They will come out of jail. And we did that. This is in our capacity. Other than that, what else we can do? Not only that, all the organization, they came to this masjid. We contribute from this community over $200,000 from this community. We give them all the nonprofit organization we trust, and they have the evidence. They're working closer to Gaza or Palestine. We give them some of that money. So if there's anything else, in your opinion, what else we can do? The awareness, my brothers, if there is a baby, if there is one baby now in the hospital that gets born, he will know about Gaza. Everybody knows. Everybody, Gaza in our heart. I don't think that is a fair statement to say it for the Jama'ah. Everybody in this Jama'ah, we're making dua, we contribute, our heart bleeding because of our brothers and sisters. What action you want? Okay. So, khair, inshallah. We can take that offline, inshallah. But as I said, I just share with you, that's the process we did, or not, that's what we did for our brother in Gaza, inshallah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Just before this meeting started, Dr. Asif Hirani made dua for our brothers and sisters in Gaza. Every time he speaks, Imam Majid, every time he speaks, brother, don't underestimate the power of dua, please. Don't marginalize it, for God's sake, don't do that. Now, I've seen caravans or groups of cars. We allowed brothers and sisters to gather here, to start from here and go downtown for the demonstrations, right? So we are integral to this cause, but of course, is there areas of improvement? Absolutely. Please put pen to paper, because we want to give everybody a chance, because otherwise we'll be here all night. What you think, brother bayan. And we're sincere in listening to you and anybody else. How else we can improve? How else we can engage? We're here because our hearts cries. We may not express it the way you are expressing it, but I guarantee you, every brother and sister here, we're not here. Everybody's crying for our brothers and sisters in Gaza, and even now Lebanon, and Haifa, and everywhere else. So, but please tell us in writing how else we can engage and help. Jazakallah khair.
Sisters have a mic upstairs, so we can do one brother and one sister. So if sisters have any questions. No, he was. And inshallah, we'll go in order. This brother's next, and I'll come back there, inshallah, okay?
Brother Amin, you remember last year you started this campaign for increasing the membership. Can you tell me how many members we have now, as of today, as compared? I hope because we see a lot of people coming to the masjid, and I hope that our membership has increased.
We'll come back to that answer, and then I'll go back here.
Assalamu alaikum. First of all, thank you very much for your hard work and your time. As a volunteer, working for this organization, appreciate that. I have a question regarding the change of Salah timing. I've been the member of this organization for a long time. And every time when we have a time change, it was always 15 minutes, interval, which was very convenient. Everybody knew it maybe 2 times a month. But lately I noticed when the time changes, one salah is 15 minutes, others is 10 minutes, then 15 and 10. So this is, to me, very confusing. My question is, what was wrong with that 15 minutes staying consistent every time you change the salah? Now playing, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So kindly please tell me what is the wrong with the old system and what's the benefit of this, please. Thank you.
Inshallah, I'm going to go to the Sheikh Majid.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It's okay. Regarding the salah timing, Maghrib is always the same, and it stays the same 10 minutes. But if you really notice that salah timing, there's no way, even before or now, can certainly stay 15 minutes after that. No way. Let's say today, I'm giving an example. Today, adhan is 8 o'clock, and iqama in 8:15. That's 15 minutes. Tomorrow, impossible adhan will be 8 o'clock. It's going to go forward. It's going to go 8:01, or if the time going back is going to become 7:59. Every day goes back. So there's no way you can keep 15 minutes. So we have to always look at, let's say today is 15 minutes. After a few days, what time will be iqama between adhan and iqama? Let's say we set 15 minutes and adhan is going down now. By 5 or 10 days, it will become 25 minutes or 30 minutes from adhan and iqama. So there's no way we can, never was, only if you want to keep a 15 minutes always, then all the salah timing has to be like Maghrib. After adhan, 15 minutes, you pray. Like for example, Maghrib, you have after adhan, 10 minutes is set all the time. But other salawat, we don't have like this. Because salah, adhan timing, we go based on adhan timing. And we have to always look at, after a few days, regardless if the adhan going down or up, what time will be iqamah. So there's no, that's that how we are trying to do our best to, and also we are trying to balance the salah, with salah timing, all the 5 daily salah, not to be too far apart, like dhuhr, after a few hours, asr, like this, not too long between them. So that's what we are trying to do our best, inshallah.
And also, before, we don't have the only thing you can see this calendar, right? So sometimes we miss in the prayer because you didn't know or you didn't hear the announcement. But last week, as we mentioned, we've been mentioning, we have new app, Masjidal. So Masjid al, subhanallah, it will remind you for the iqamah. It will say 10 minutes, start going to the masjid. Iqamah will be in 10 minutes. So there is no way to miss the iqamah. So you get the notification from the app. You get all the time, the azan time and the iqamah time for the whole month. You don't have to go even to our own app, INT app. You don't have to go to that. You just download this for free, Masjid Al, and you can use it, inshallah, on your phone.
Well, okay, that may be true, but here is my point. We've been doing this for the last 50 years, and we have scholars over here. So it means all our prayers are null and void because we did not follow the certain criteria. There is a window, between the prayer, from this time to this time you can pray. All the masajid, they have their own time. If there is one time fix, everybody should be doing that. But you go to the Makkah Masjid, go to Appa, go to other masajid, they have different own timings. So this is a little difficult for me to digest this, There's a window, that from this time to this time, you can pray. And every masajid, they have chose their time, this is the time we're going to pray. So because it is convenient for the masjid and the people living in that area. That's all I can say. Otherwise, so to me, when all 50 years, we are just praying for wrong timings. That's not the point, sir. That's not the point. I have the app. Yes, I know. No, yeah. Yes. That's there's no fixed time for prayer. There's a window. People can choose. That's my comment. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for your service. You guys are volunteer. I'd like to ask you a question regarding about the bylaws. I think my name was given into the committee, but I never heard nothing. And I also reminded several times that if there is any meeting or anything going on, and if I can contribute, my efforts toward that, I will be more than happy to do this. So just a reminder to let you know. Number two, building related, Brother Jamal Gharabiya. This on the front, we have our face, which is the floor. And, nowadays the people are coming to vote. And so that's represent us as well. So do you have any plan in future to fix that area? I shall be very thankful. It's been a long time though, by the way. I've been reminding it for maybe 6 years, by the way. So it's we're due. And the third thing is, which is I see here, my brothers are here, but we have so many board of directors. I know some of them may not be able to come, but most of them are not present here. You know what I mean? So they miss the importance of this meeting, or they have some excuses, because we don't need no seat warmers. We need the people who can do things. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Thank you. Jazakallahu khairan.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Khalid. So the answer for your question about the red brick area, as Brother Jamal mentioned, that we have planned, but the only issue, we have many plans. We don't want to do something and then we regret ourselves. We spend the money for nothing. As I mentioned earlier, that area, we have a building. Actually, it's 5,000 square feet building, right, Brother Jamal? The building in 5,000 or 10,000? 3,000. It's about 3,000. Okay? So if plan one, plan A and B did not go through, plan C to expand the masjid in that area. But we already have proposal on tarps. You can go to the office. We have 3 samples. okay? And we have a plan to move all the playgrounds from this side to that side, okay? But as I said, it is almost like a domino. We, each one, connected to the others. About the board members, please remember our brother Noor Saleh. He's in Palestine and bombing all over around him also. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring him safe and sound. That's number one. Number two, some of the brothers, they're not here because they're traveling. And we have brother Ibrahim Hamida, he's sick and his wife sick. Brother Shayan, he's in Austin. Brother Asim Jabouri left this morning to Europe. Who else we missing? So that's the brothers that are not here because of that reason. Yeah. So for that reason, we're asking for the bylaws. The bylaws, inshallah, the committee, it's run by Brother Yamin and Brother Shayan, because of that building, wallahi, it took us 6 months, day and night, working so hard. For that reason, we did not invite you for the meeting. Inshallah, once they meet, they will invite you. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers. My name is Amin Mahfouz. Well, I've been in this community for a long time, so today, and I've been involved with this masjid as well. So my, actually, the one that I want to say is the timing change for this masjid. For the last so many years, 40 years or 30 years, the time, the Maghrib time will change. Yes, it will change. No, that's not an issue. But Isha time changing so frequent that it is hard to keep up. I know the brother Abbas was saying that there will be an apps and there will be, but apps can remind you 10 minutes before, 15 minutes before. That's not a practical way of you to catch a prayer. If you know a timing that, okay, that my Isha prayer will be at that time and it's been for a long time, I'm already prepared to come to the prayer at that time. Like 4 days ago, I missed Isha prayer because Isha prayer was 8:15, and I came here and see it's 8 o'clock. I wouldn't think that the timing will be changed so frequently, because after 1 week, the timing will be changed anyway. Then we can adjust the prayer timing. We don't need to adjust the prayer timing that frequently. I mean, it's not only me. Many people came to me and asked me, why is this happening? Okay, that's the one thing. Second thing is that you can come up with many excuses or many explanations or many things. There are both sides to it. But I think by talking to many people, it is greater benefit to people if we can keep timing, a fixed timing for a longer period of time. Even though there will be adhan, there will be more gaps, but it will be benefit for more people than changing time frequently. And that's affect most of the people. When people will donate to the masjid anyway, and then whatever you said, that's good. We trust you guys to do your work. But in, day out, what affecting the people is this. The salah time, after the prayer, you give us 10 minutes to finish our, to whoever want to pray sunnah, to turn off that sound next door. These are affect us every day. Other things, we really don't mind. We have a full trust on you. We pay our zakat, we pay our donation to the masjid, and you guys are taking care of it. Alhamdulillah, we're happy. You improved the sound system, improved the many things. Yes, we're very happy with it. But one, I want you to give attention to the things that affecting us day in, day out. Coming to the masjid, easy in, easy out, to the masjid. 2 weeks ago, I went to the Arving Masjid to pray Dhuhr prayer, and I see that I was a little late. The masjid door was closed. The totally masjid was closed. I couldn't pray my Dhuhr prayer in the masjid, so I took care. I went some. So now, even though it's my prayer time, I'm not going to stop at Arving Masjid. I'm going to go to somewhere else. So let's not happen that in here. The people come here knowing that the prayer will be at 8:15 or 8 o'clock. Then he comes and says, oh, it's changed already. So please help us keeping the prayer time fixed as long as possible. Thank you.
I think if you look at the outside, we put the calendar for 3 months. If you go outside, you can see it. No, just outside, just at that door. Go out on the right side. You can see we have a big frame, 3 months. October, November, December. So the Salah for Fajr, it will change. I think it's only like 2 times, starting next week. But Isha, November, December, you will never miss the prayer because it would be 7:45 for 2 months. Isha, one set. So the only thing will be changed, the Fajr time. Asr time will continue for 4. But as I said, if you can go outside, look at the frame. Inshallah, if Allah gives us the life next year, we'll put the whole year around, from January till December. All the time, inshallah. Sheikh Majid and Brother Ruknuddin, they're working on it, inshallah. And we're going to have the same frame, on quarterly basis, inshallah. And still, we will continue, discuss with the Sheikh Majid, inshallah, to see if we can, anytime we can fix, we can eliminate, the frequency changes, inshallah. We'll do that, inshallah.
Okay, we'll just open it for sisters, if there's any sisters, before we take in next brother. No? Okay.
Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For your effort, what you're doing is tangible. Jazakumullah khair. This is a community work. It's not easy to go smoothly when what we're doing. But alhamdulillah, what I noticed from today's presentation, we have critical financial issue, and which is significantly that decreased this year. That's very concerning to me as organizations, as a community. What is our plan for future to increase our financial strengths? The second thing is, alhamdulillah, whatever you did with the mashura, it has barakah, it has something good. But surrounding ourselves with our compartment, with our community, with our institutional staff is very beneficial. Instead of selling our whatever we have, resource, land or things, do you have any plan of like building? It could be a shopping centers, it could be coffee centers. We do have a cafeteria right here that is functioning here during Jummah and Ramadan. Instead of having those kind of stuff out here, we can build on those parking lot, on those resources, what you're saying, which like parking lot that is going to be sold. Building a house or like shopping centers and renting those, we could benefit from it. That would be also stable income for our masjid. Do you have any kind of that kind of plans for our community? The other thing is from technical text and notifications, I think just as a comment, Jazakumullah, what you are doing is a great thing. If we can improve our notifications from our masjid app, we do get about 5-6 texts right after on Jummah to remind us the Jummah prayer. Those could be fixed, inshallah. It's not a major things, but I'm just announcing that could be also something that would benefit us. And also, we do have live streaming on our halakas. Alhamdulillah, if you look up on Google, nearest masjid, I travel for my job for a lot of places. I do visit different masjid. Alhamdulillah, our masjid is always visible. This is what we do on a technical side, especially in IT service, what we do in the live stream, what we posting. Those articles, what we posting is very beneficial. Please continue with that one. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Jazakallah khair, brother. So I think you gave us a couple of compliments. Alhamdulillah. We acknowledge it. And again, the IT team, media team, mashallah, doing a great job in keeping INT out there on the network. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So yes, we recognize that the funding is a major issue, right? If we go down in our funding, our surplus, we go into deficit, we're in trouble, right? To avoid that, proactively, we're talking to some very established, accomplished, proven fundraisers, professional fundraisers, right, that we're going to engage on a continuous basis. We're not going to do a one-time fundraising in Ramadan and then forget the rest of the year. This is going to go on forever, inshallah. But again, You need money to make money. So we have to pay these fundraisers, brothers and sisters. Let's have no qualms about it. They're not cheap, but they deliver, right? So we're going to have to pay them, but they're going to deliver. And we've seen track records of them, what they've done for the other masajids. Very, very successful, right? So me and Brother Abbas are in now very close dialogue. I'm not going to mention them right now till we've signed the contract with them, with the approval of the board members. And they're going to work for us the whole year round. So we don't have any issues of funding. If we want to go after a Waqf project, we want to get, so they're professionals. And so we've already engaged in early dialogues. We haven't signed the contract with them yet. But inshallah, as soon as they're onboarded, you'll see that they are on it. They're going to be engaged. They're going to be aggressive, assertive. They're going to travel the country for INT, inshallah, on a continuous basis. So we stop this once a year, get a hotel or in the multipurpose hall, get some money, and then for the rest of the year we do nothing except rely on the brothers and sisters' generosity, which is great, alhamdulillah, but it's not enough. It's not enough. So we've recognized it, or we've done something about it already. It's in the works. Just maybe give us a couple of more weeks, and we'll announce it to the community what we've done in terms of ongoing fundraising. Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I just have one question. But before that, Jazakallah khairan for all you do. Last year, was it last year when we renewed the gym, did the floor and everything? So ever since we did that, alhamdulillah, we've had like an influx of kids who come into the masjid. But it also created another problem. The kids come to the masjid, but they don't pray. The kids come to the masjid, they don't pray. And over the last 1 year, Cheyenne and I were talking about this a few days ago with Asim. Gradually, it was like 3 kids. It went to like 10. And now, like, a few days ago, I went to get ice cream for the ice cream we do on Wednesday. And I was late for Salatul Maghrib. When I went into the kitchen, Imam Majid was leading the Salah. He was reciting Surah Al-Fatiha. And the kids were still playing basketball in there. So what are we doing to, like, fix this issue? It's a very big issue. We can't have kids at the masjid, but they don't pray. This is something we need to actually like.
I think it's very important. I think all the, what we can do is that make sure when the Salah Adhan called, immediately shut down the gym. Somebody has to go there, or also leave the maybe gym sound system on to remind them from the office, either go there to remind them it's Salah time now. Because sometimes when they're playing, if the mic is not on over there, I see also the mic is not, so they're not hearing the Adhan called or not, Iqama called, Salah is going on. So somebody has to go there remind. So if we can have somebody, inshallah, we'll try to make sure somebody goes there and remind them when the Salah started, inshallah. Who's the brother? I think he left. I was going to mention about the Salah timing again quickly, but oh, okay. Here is few things I want to make it very clear again. Number one, we changing Salah timing according to the Quran and Sunnah, not according to other masajid and what people saying according to the Quran and Sunnah. Number two, as you mentioned, many people coming to saying Alhamdulillah. Also, many people coming to me and appreciating. One of the reason also our Musallin increasing because of the Salah timing. We are keeping it close to Adhan, not too far away from the Adhan, because people who comes early to the masjid, especially people who are giving Adhan, they have more right to pray Salah before on time and quickly than people who was coming late always. So one of the reason also increase our Musallin from the other masajid is because we, number one, delay Salatul Fajr as much as we can to the sunrise. So people have enough time to sleep and wake up and come to the masjid. Most of the masajid, they don't do that. Salatul Isha, same thing. Let's say if you want to set 15 minutes, every Salah that your brother mentioned, 15 minutes, how can we do that? Let's say Dhuhr in the beginning, Adhan was 1:35, and the time is set 1:45. Now Adhan came all the way to 1:09. So you want to bring Dhuhr now to 15 minutes? How can we do that? So as I mentioned, the reason also the frequently iqama will be changing continuously because of adhan time also changes every day, either going up or going down. Now adhan time is going down. Let's say if we put 8:15 since the beginning to end of the month, adhan is happening now 7:50. It's not 50 minutes after adhan iqama. If we put a speed, so you have to bring it down. So again, so adhan iqama time will be frequently changing because adhan time is frequently every day changing 1 to 2 minutes. And again, majority people coming here because we are praying early and Isha and also Fajr, we are delaying a lot. And people who comes early in the masjid, they have more right than people who's coming too late in the masjid. And also one more thing, the way we are checking our phone, social media, and all these things every day, we have to also check our salah timing. That's most important. We are posting every single day, a week before, 2 weeks before, every day. We have flyers, we have everything, alhamdulillah, around the masajid. So the way we are checking our phone or other stuff, we need to also make sure we prioritize our salah timing. First thing, what time is happening, what time is not. If once a while, if we come late, just because you came late, we cannot be complaining about, because you changed the salah timing wrong. No, we cannot do that. Again, people who come first half, they have the more right than anyone else. Rasulullah gave them more right than anybody else. Jazakumullah.
And due to timing, please keep it 1 minute short.
Assalamu alaikum. I would like to thank all the volunteers for the community. May Allah reward you. But I have to address a concern I already did in private. Now I want to do it in public, so we come together and found a solution for it. It's smoking in the parking and smoking in front of the building. I teach my son it's bad to smoke for Muslim and it's bad to drink. But he came in front of the building, found a grown-up smoking in front of the masjid, and he asked me, you tell me that it's wrong. The grown-up is smoking. What do I have to tell him now? I already addressed the concern. I identify the people. I show them to the board. Now I want the board to find a solution for it. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. The same Ibrahim and Dr. Ilaz they mentioned about security and the kids. They come straight from the bathroom and they go inside with socks. So I don't know how they're going to figure out this one. And again, I used to work security. I don't know what's the detail of the security. The security, I mean the security that you guys are hiring. I don't know what. Okay, what's the duty for him? And, okay, people they argue, and sometimes as I say, just like somebody is smoking outside. If he keep quiet, do you think so that security is working? Is he doing a job?
So the kids and youth, I know it is very hard to control, okay? And also in the same time, this is honestly 50-50. So either you kick them out and they will be out of the Islam, or let them come to the masjid. Slowly, they need to learn. Slowly, they will come to the prayer. إنك لن تهدي من أحببت ولكن الله يهدي من يشاء. We cannot, wherever we do, khatira, lectures, wherever, you will never guide no one, right? At least we will do our job. Our job to close the gym during the salah. We are given, if you go outside, Brother Rukun, how many signs did you purchase last week and you put it up for no smoking in the building? 10. Brothers, security to save you. Security not to prevent you not to smoke. That's not his job. No. We have the sign, okay? Brothers, smoking, you need to go and close all the shops. This is our job? No. My neighbor, I can tell you, the shop, who's running the shop? Huffaz. I can swear. Bring the mushaf and I can swear. The shop that working in the shop, Huffaz of the Quran. 95% of the customers, they are Muslims. 55% of the customers, they are sisters with hijab. I can tell you. This is the environment. our masjid, we are volunteers. We are all volunteers. That's your job. This is your job. That's your job. That's your job. You need to educate your brothers, your sisters, your son. But how you expect our board to control this? We can't, honestly. What you want? Can give me one suggestion. What you want me to do? Mhm. We can do this.
Salam
We not
alaikum.
just live.
Salam alaikum, brother.
can do
Is there Ayub Bilal here? Brother Ayub Bilal? Your daughter waiting outside.
So, Sheikh, fifth question. Can I kick anyone come in the masjid with the smoke? Well, please. That's the Imam. If Imam tell me we can kick them out not to pray, we will do it.
If Rasulullah did not kick out a person who are urinating in the masjid, how can we kick out a person who is smoking? All we can do is, as Allah told Muhammad sallallahu وَمَا عَلَيْكَ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغِ. You have nothing except to convey the message. Hidayah comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we should try, not only Imam or board, every person. When Allah Rasulullah said, الدين النصيحة وَبَلِّغُوا عَنِّي وَلَوْ آيَةٍ, it goes to everybody. When Allah said, كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ, you are the best of nation, go out and say good and forbid evil, it's to everyone, not Imam or board, everybody. Like everybody doing their job, inshallah. So everybody must do, because everybody will be questioned.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. So I'm inviting you, anyone, to join the board next year, inshallah. In December, we have election. Please join the board so we can kick anyone. Come without a scarf, come with the short. People, they come with, whatever. No, that's what you said.
Inshallah, we'll take this brother, and then brother Abu Ubaidah as the last question.
Okay, these are the last two questions, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. I want the people who hired the Imam and gave him the Friday off. Who hired them, and what forced you to hire a person who is not available on Friday?
Okay. So, Jazakallah khair for that question. Honestly, on Friday, okay, we need to benefit from our Imam 5 days a week, right? He's a human like us, right? He's working. This is a job for him, and he needs to get 2 days off. Okay, that's the way it is, right? You need to work 40 hours. Anyone of us, we are employees, right? So, and we have to be selective. We need to minimize his absence. So when we look at Friday, we ask him to lead Fajr on Friday because that's the most people that come on Friday. Then, what the other prayer will be Jum'ah. Jum'ah, he's not leading the Jum'ah because usually we have Dr. Asif or we have another imams. So Jum'ah are of the picture, right? Then, what is available? Asr time for him. Then, Maghrib. Usually we have family night or any visitor imam. So that's visiting imam will take care of Maghrib and Isha. Correct? So for us, it's beneficial for us to let him take Friday off. Because as I said, we're going to benefit from him only on Sunday. Asr time on Friday. That's the only time we can benefit from him. So for that reason, we have his schedule from Sunday, okay, till Friday morning. That's the real answer.
Just on Friday, why are we forcing people to pray in front of Imam when the Imam can be shifted there? Do you have, can you do that?
My dear brothers, that's something we already discussed back in Ramadan, and we have resident scholar. I'm not an imam. I'm not the resident scholar to answer you that. Okay, so you can have an answer with Dr. Asif, and he already gave the reason, and he gave the fatwa on that.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah. Jazakumullah khair for all what you do. It's a wonderful job that you are doing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all the ikhlas and accept what we do, because this is a responsibility and it's not a privilege. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask us all, inshallah. This masjid we came, someone built it, we are continuing, and we will definitely going to leave it for someone else. So inshallah we'll leave it in a better position. My suggestion, people talked about it, is volunteers. We need a lot of volunteers, especially with the kids. Salah time starts, so I'm just making a suggestion. People already pointed out the problem in the gym, kids going in with their shoes, with their stinky socks and not praying and moving around. So I think we should maybe maybe get a volunteer committee to just specially monitor this situation for us. Maybe 10 people, 5 people. I don't know. You start maybe a few people. They don't join the jama'ah. Maybe they just sit there and chaperone and look for kids outside in the parking. And the kids are in this room or that room or anywhere to join the salah. That's all what they do, volunteer. We can get volunteers to rotate throughout the week to take care of this problem for us, We have a big community. We should be able to, you pointed that out in their slides, last slide. We need volunteers, right? I think this is one of the things we can benefiting from the volunteers. I also just want to say also, I agree with the brother who said that, in the old days, we used to have the prayer times change in the beginning of the month and the 15th of the month. And also the time of the change, the iqama used to be like the top of the hour, and then maybe 15 minutes or 30, something like that. We used to have a set system that was not frequent into change, and that was, maybe, I think we need to accommodate the people, see what will be fitting with the majority of the people as we move forward with setting the time of the prayer. So it can become, to accommodate the more people, that will be better, inshallah, more barakah. Jazakumullah khair.
Jazakallah khair, inshallah.
Okay, first of all, for this general body meeting is for people to express their opinion, not for you guys to tell us for 1 hour, it's like to me and 6 o'clock news to me right now. We have issues in here that we like to convey to you, so you can listen to it with all the board members here, so we can take properly an action. What Brother Obaida says and other people, sir, agree with me. We are not saying about 15 minutes of adhan time and Ekama time. We are saying keeping the time in a fixed interval so that most people can accommodate, knowing that the time is there. You can say that apps is there, this and that is, but people not checking these apps and WhatsApp and all those things all the time. No, you are in a gathering and okay, it's this time, okay, that time is the salah time, okay, get ready. But if you're changing the time frequently, that can cause an issue for at least 20% of the people. First thing. Second thing, what Imam says, I'm strongly disagree with him, that because of the salah time is earlier and we're having more people, that is an absolutely wrong statement. Muslim people are increasing in these areas, That is the reason we are getting more people, and that's good. We welcome them, and I have no issue with that. But the issue is, again, accommodate more people with keeping a time as much fixed as possible. That's all.
Okay, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, Brother Amin. As I said, we will, I'm going to ask the board, inshallah, to approve to run a survey. And we are just going by what the survey would say. Okay? If 50 plus says keep it as it is what the Imam did, we'll continue. Okay? Because it's not fair also for other brothers. They like the change. Some people, they like to pray early. Right? Some people, they don't like to pray early. So we can't just say, okay, we're going to take that side or this side. So I think now it's fair to say, let's run a survey for the community, and we'll just go by the majority, inshallah. Brother Jahir, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Just want to thank you guys for doing all this voluntary work for us. We really appreciate what's going on. And there's so much programs and so much of things going on that I can't even keep up with everything. Thanks to everybody in the board. We really appreciate what you guys do for us. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khair.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين في غزة اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين في كل مكان ربنا تقبل منا أنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا أنك أنت التواب الرحيم واغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولجميع المسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات سبحان ربك رب العزة عما